Hey guys, Jaguar put out another video to set the record straight. But this particular video, she had the music playing throughout and it was on blast. It was turned up. So no one can record what she said. But what I'm going to do is repeat what she said. She said, the first thing she said was she's going to be taking a pregnancy test over the weekend and she's going to broadcast it over Philadelphia. So she wants everybody to, I guess, buy that $9.95 subscription to hear her talk. Why? Because she's going to get on campaign or Sean Davy and repeat the same thing. Then she said, the reign of that nigger is over. Just like she made him, she's going to make him disappear. She says she's not going to ever call his name again. But guess what? When you dig a hole for somebody else, dig one for yourself because you might be the one who is going to fall first into that hole. Karma is a bitch. At the end of the video, she also had a message for those who are in her camp, all those who support her. She said, she's doing this for you all, and she hopes she's not letting you down. Guess what, Miss Jaguar, right? You're letting yourself down. Never mind the people, okay? Because you don't know these people from a can of worms. So concentrate on you. Concentrate on getting well. Concentrate on not letting your own self down. I think she's too preoccupied with what people think. So she's continuing with a narrative that Goomba stole all her money to get high. And then he threatens her behind closed doors and play the victim in public. So she's repeating the same things. And she said she's not going to say his name. We know exactly who she's talking about. Well, she only got one husband. So of course we know who she's talking about. So she said he called her the second she got out of the hospital yesterday and threatened her. I thought Goomba was done with her. I thought he blocked her number. If you block somebody's number and you want nothing to do with them, you don't follow up with any calls, no matter what they say. So obviously he's not completely done. Obviously he's still trying to get his digs in. But if that's the case, if she's telling the truth that he did call and threaten her yesterday after she got out of the hospital, then I guess he's not completely done. Maybe she's lying on Goomba yet again. Maybe she's the one who called him the first chance she came out. She also said, and she repeated again, that he cash app out her whole business account. Took all the money and ran, folks. That's why sometimes I wonder if it's wise to have a joint account when you're married. I think people should have their own separate accounts, just in case that they're bickering and fighting and they see where it's coming to an end. They don't have to worry about, okay, he's going to take all the money or she's going to take all the money. Let me withdraw my portion or let me get to the account before she does or he does. Just have your own separate account. That will solve the problem. So when you got these joint accounts, you always got to be double checking if the other person took too much or how much they took. It makes no sense. Have a separate account, folks. So she said he's not a father and he's not a husband. So she was, she was really getting the digs in. He's not a father and he's not a husband. Well, if he's not a father, then I guess you're impregnant because you said you're pregnant. So that would make him a pappy. But she said she got to take the pregnancy test this weekend. And I am, you know what I'm really expecting her to say? I'm expecting her to say she had a miscarriage. That's what I'm expecting her to say. So we'll see what she says over the weekend. She also said Monday is the day for Goomba. So Goomba, I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe you're going to hide under a rock, honey, because she is coming for you on Monday. She said the popo is coming, honey. Lock them doors and hide under the bed. She said the doctors at the mental health hospital told her she wasn't crazy. All she got is PTSD and a little touch of bipolar. So Goomba, she said, brother, she ain't giving you no divorce, not ever. She said she's going to remain the next of kin because that's the safest place she can be in your life is to keep you closer. She said, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. This is all alleged now, but I couldn't help wondering. I couldn't help wondering if she took out a life insurance policy on Goomba. Or maybe they got life insurance policies on each other. You know, a lot of married people do that. They will take out a life insurance policy on each other and then they're aware of it just in case something happens. So I'm wondering if she got one on him, honey. So she considers Goomba an enemy, I guess, because she says she keeping him closer. Ooh, Goomba, I don't know what you're going to do, brother. Are you going to move out of the country to get rid of this woman? I think even if you move out of the country, she's going to track you because she is bent on making Goomba's life a living hell. But she did say, come Monday, that's Goomba's D-Day. All right? That means the popo coming and get you, brother. What you going to do? Hide under a rock, a bed, or what? But like I said before, when you're digging a hole for someone, dig one for yourself. Because if she implicates him in anything, he can always turn it around and say she is the one who was the mastermind behind it. And then what? Both of them going to jail. So somebody in her comments asked her if she's going to meet up with Goomba. She said, no, he crazy. Last time they were together publicly, he beat her up when she was performing. Allegedly. Beat her up, spit in her face, had to be escorted out the venue twice. So she said, nah, I'm not meeting up with him. He crazy. And I said, boy, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Then she said he lied just to put her in a mental institution and have her declared insane. And I'm saying to myself, is she really hearing herself? Did she look at all the past videos with her performing in the police station and all the calls that she made, the airport and all of that? Not to mention the fact that she rubbed her dead son's ashes all over her face. He didn't have to convince anybody that she was insane. She displayed that on her own. Child, I'm telling you, Miss Jaguar is full of stories. Now she's saying she never told anybody she had a hysterectomy. She said Goomba is the one who spreaded that rumor. So anybody out there who's got the footage, air it. Because she's saying she never said it. But because I see where this thing is getting worse, she's not getting any better. She just was let out yesterday out of the mental institution. And it looks like if she has doubled down, she has just dug her heels in. And she is relentless now. She's bent on destroying Goomba. If I was in Goomba's shoe, I would go get a restraining order on her. I would go to the police department and report all the videos where she's threatening him, because at this point, his life is in jeopardy because this woman is saying she's going to take it or she's going to get him locked up and put away. So he's got to really protect himself adequately going forward. And this is a little caution. Do not cross any streets because you don't know if you're going to be hit by a car. The way this woman is talking, I'm not saying she's going to hit you with a car. I'm just saying be cautious. Do not cross any streets. So then she said the reason why she did not get a pregnancy test while she was there in the mental hospital was because there were people there who would report everything to the bloggers. But isn't that the sole purpose of her doing it? So everybody would know that she's pregnant? If she had gotten the test in there, this is what I'm thinking, since she said there are people in there who would let everybody know, all the blogging world, if she had gotten the test in there, it would have come out negative, and that person or people would have let everybody know that the test was negative. That's why she did not take that test. Okay? Now, I don't even know if she did not take the test, because from my understanding is when you go into an institution, mental institution, it's mandatory. Before they even start titrating your drugs and deciding what you should be on, they got to determine if you're pregnant or not. So I don't even know if what she's saying is even true, because she's got a good track record of hyperbole, lying through her teeth. So then she said, since it's been determined that she is not crazy, she's fixing to have herself some fun. And for the life of me, I'm just praying that Jaguar Wright gets back to the music because I love to hear her sing. She's got that little raspy voice that really, gives that neo soul vibe. I wish she can get back to the music. She would make tons of money because there's a lot of people still want to hear her get out there like in a concert venue, in a small venue for starters, and just give the crowd what they've been wanting. We don't want to hear none of this crap about celebrities, Jaguar Wright, if you're listening. We don't want to hear it. We want to hear the singing. That's what you're best at and you're good at. But the craziest part is, she said the mental institution is about to be sued because they said that she broke HIPAA laws and they put her on phone restrictions. And she said it wasn't her, it was Goomba who broke the HIPAA law. Well, tell me, you in the institution, you talking all kinds of stuff, all your business, talking about what is and what isn't, and then you're going to blame it on somebody else? But that's the nature of the mental illness, that you never take accountability. You're always blaming someone else. So she says everybody down there at that mental institution is about to be fired. And that's why she didn't take the pregnancy test, because she didn't want all these bloggers to know, because somebody down there would have told them. And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she make a phone call while she was in there and telling all her business to, I think it was Sean Davy Way, she made a call to? And I think that was the day she was very groggy and on her, I think it was her second day in there. But my point is, she's the one who keeps calling and telling these bloggers her business for them to report it. I thought that's what she wanted. She wanted everything out there. So now how's she going to turn around and sue everybody? She said the conversation with Goomba, posting their conversation, she said that's when he broke HIPAA by recording her and posting it on the internet. So I guess both of them were in violation of HIPAA rules and regs. So she revisited the hysterectomy situation and she said it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. She said Goomba is the one who started to spread those rumors. And she's not done with him when it comes to this blowing up of the car, because she said he blew up her car, and when he came in that morning, he had all the scars all over his knuckles. Then she brought Barbara in. She said Barbara told her that Gerald said the only reason why he blew up the car was because she told him to. Well, this is what I'm saying. If she's going to accuse Gerald got Barbara to back him up. If what Jaguar is saying is true, and Barbara did say this, I don't know. This is all alleged. But if this is what she's saying is true, then she's going to be implicated and she's going to go down with Goomba. Both of them going to jail. So she continued with the narrative that his knuckles were all cut up and he was smelling full of gasoline. So I'm telling you, this thing is just getting nasty. Jaguar is not letting up. She said Monday is D-Day for him. So she had an interview with Kingpin about 10 hours ago, and this is what she had to say. So she told Kingpin after the restaurant, the luncheon, she went to the bank, and to come to find out, Goomba took all the money. She said the teller told her that Goomba was transferring all the funds to his cash app. And when she confronted him, she said he told her that he had to pay the bills. So Kingpin then asked her about the lease arrangement that, according to Goomba said they're being evicted.
No, we're not being evicted. The lease is up next month and we not staying, especially not after that fight. And I'm the lead witness and my footage is the lead witness. It ain't smart for us to stay. And we ain't staying. We moving.
So Jaguar then said he couldn't afford that apartment by himself because it takes a community when it comes to that rent. They all got to chip in to make it happen. And he can't afford it by himself with his income.
He should have been able to pay something, but he ain't been paying nothing. He just been getting high off fentanyl weed and fucking a bunch of whack fucking bitches.
So then she said he stole from her mother. in an indirect way because her mother has invested in her business. And every time he takes money out of the business, and now that he's taken all the money, that's part of her mother's money. So he has stolen from her mother, allegedly. So, guys, really, you don't know who or what to believe because these people peddle a lot of lies. From time to time, they're caught in their lies. And so, if you catch them in one lie, who's to say they're not telling another lie? So, all these things Jaguar is saying or have said on Kingpin's show, I got to take it with a grain of salt. Because I don't know if what she's saying is true when it comes to Goomba. Because remember, she wants to destroy him. So then Jaguar started to talk about why Goomba left in the first place. She said because of Legina, he didn't want to be around Legina, but I think she's missing a few incidents. Isn't she missing a few things? That he left because of her and the way she was threatening to unalive him and setting him up with the cops and all of that. She missed all of that, but she said he left because of Legina, and she can't get rid of Legina now, even if she wanted to, because Legina is now the caretaker of her mother, and her mother loves Legina being around. So I guess Legina is going to be a permanent member of the family, folks.
You fucking left of your own fucking accord because you said you didn't want to be around Legina. Oh, well, my mama loves Legina. Legina has become my mom's caretaker. She does a fantastic job. She takes her to all her doctor's appointments.
So Kingpin said to Jaguar that Goomba is alleging in her live video that he wants to come home. And this is what she had to say.
I will only refer to that individual as the man I married. I mean, he can come home. It's his apartment. His name is on the lease. We moving.
So again, she said they're moving. If he wants to go back to the apartment and stay there for 4 or 5 weeks, then, you know, he can do so, but they're not going to be there. And she said he cannot afford that rent solo because it takes more than one income.
And stay here for 4 5 weeks until the lease is up in the middle of April. And then he going to have to find somewhere new to stay because ain't nobody here renewing that lease. And he can't renew the lease without our income because he doesn't get enough solo income to afford this apartment.
So, folks, this thing is a mess. I thought Goomba was done. Looks like if, according to Kingpin and Jaguar Right, that Goomba was in her live trying to insinuate or let her know that he wants to come home. But from my recollection, he left. So you don't need permission to ask to come home if you left. All you got to do is pack up your bags again and move right back. Nobody threw him out. He left. So I would think he can just return. But the question is she going to take him back? And it looks like if Jaguar is done with Goomba. Looks like if all that love has turned into hate. Then she started to talk about him catching herpes again, and then she caught herself. Because if she is implying that he caught herpes, that means she got it too. So this is how she corrected that. She caught herself, corrected it. And I'm telling you, you got to be careful the hole you dig for somebody else.
Like, he's fucking doing dirty, but I don't do dirty pussy. I don't. I don't. And I don't do niggas that do dirty pussy. So, good luck with that. I wish him all the best. I hope he, I hope he doesn't catch herpes again. I'm sorry. I hope he doesn't catch, something again.
You got to be careful what you put out there. You might just be saying you got it too. So in any event, she corrected and then she moved on. But then she went back and undo all of that. Because this is what she said. She said that she was messing with him, having intercourse with him unprotected, and she saw a big pimple on his penis.
I hope he doesn't catch, something again. The last time he tried to fuck me, I seen that goddamn big ass pimple on his fucking dick. And it makes me feel bad because I was still sleeping with him unprotected as my husband while he was sitting there fucking with that bitch behind my fucking back. So I'm really, really, really not, because I had to start getting tested again. And I haven't had to get tested in 10 years.
So Jaguar said she'll never touch him again because based on her beliefs, He is dirty. She's not touching him anymore because he's been messing around with a dirty bitch. So she says she's not giving them a divorce because she don't want to be a twice divorcee. And I guess for a lot of people, when you're old school, a divorce is still like a negative connotation in a lot of people's mind that they failed at yet a second marriage. Maybe that's what she's thinking because she says she's not going to be a twice divorcee. She preferred to be a widow until I guess the day she dies. And I'm saying to myself, you plan on remarrying? You plan on getting with somebody else and trying to maybe do a third marriage? So Jaguar said Gerald is the one who's doing the projecting, that he's bipolar, that everything that he is, he's trying to make it seem as though she is in public when he gets on these platforms. But we are seeing it from the outside looking in, and both of them are bipolar, in my opinion.
He's been sitting here trying to literally project his bullshit onto me so people will believe it's me and not believe it's him. And he can live his life. And when he dies, I'll claim his body and I'll burn it and I'll take the ashes and I'll dump them in fucking McDonald's and piss on him.
So Kingpin then asked her, are you going to give him a divorce? Are you still not planning on giving him a divorce? She said, God, no. No, I'm going to be his next of kin.
God, no, I'm going to be his next of kin.
That is scary, isn't it? But I think he can get a divorce without her permission. You get a good lawyer, and that lawyer is going to make you get out of that divorce, whether she likes it or not. You just got to have the money to pay the lawyer. Because this is one of those marriages where the woman thinks she can hold the man hostage to stop him from even going forward in his life, with his life, in a new relationship, and the end result will lead to marriage. Some people do that. They will not give you a divorce because they don't want you to move on with your life and get married to somebody else because they look at themselves as a total failure in marriage. But since Goomba is not sure he is even married, what he needs to do is get some type of lawyer to go research whether he's married or not, because the clerk at a county office told him that he's not married, but Jaguar said she's got marriage documents. So get a good lawyer and get it all straightened out, and then if you're married, then the same lawyer can try to get you out of that marriage so you can move on. So then they had a discussion on if she's married or if she's not married, and because Goomba said they're not, and she said, of course we're married. He knows we're married. If we were not married, he would not have been able to take out those papers on me to put me in that mental institution. But that's not true. A lot of people take out White Warren's son, other individuals they're not married to.
I point out something real obvious. If we weren't really married, he wouldn't have been able to put the civil commitment paperwork on me. A boyfriend can't do that. A girlfriend can't do that. Not even a fiance can do that. You can only do that if you're actually next of kin.
So when Jaguar said that, I went and looked it up on Google, and this is what Google said. Proceedings typically may be initiated by a family member, a mental health provider, a law enforcement officer, or a court official. In 38 states, any adult may petition or apply for commitment. So when Jaguar said only Goomba could have applied for that commitment and that proves they're married, no, honey, that's not true. So in any event, moving right along, so I got a real keen sense that Jaguar was pulling out all the stops, honey. She said he's not fit for the house. Jaguar don't want Goomba back. Even if he came begging, she won't take him back. She says ghetto and urban chic don't mix. There's no mixing of the two, honey. So I think she's done with him. He may not be done with her because Kingpin keeps insinuating that he allegedly wants to come back. I thought he was running for his life because he's so afraid of her. So at the end of Kingpin's show, Jaguar came up with something else. She blindsided everybody by saying, no, I'm not broke. I am wealthy, honey. I'm going to have homes all along the southern coast. As a matter of fact, I got two now. I'm a trust fund baby, and guess what? I took all my money and dumped them in bank accounts over there in Switzerland. I didn't want the government getting a hold of it. I wanted my son Sam to get his inheritance when he turned 18. So I got all my money over there. Well, I guess I hope the IRS is not listening because you just out and told on yourself, Miss Jaguar, right? You're going to have to, I guess, pay taxes now for all the millions you got overseas or whatever the amount of the money you got over there hiding in them Swiss accounts. You're going to have to pay taxes on it, sister girl. So Jaguar said, listen, I can't expect poor people to understand about trust and such things. This is a rich man's language I'm talking. Look, I was too through. I was saying, oh my God, this Jaguar ride is too much. Where does she come up with these stories? She can be an author. And her books would be bestsellers. I know I would buy a few. So, YouTubers, you can weigh in on this. You can drop your comments, voice your opinion on this subject matter, this particular episode of As Her World Turns, Jaguar and Goomba, and this mess that they're going through. YouTubers, I'm over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.